Businesses, consumers, degens, and even EVM maxis are all excited about the Flow blockchain. But why? It all starts with the Flow wallet, and we're going to dive into it today because it's available for iOS, Android, and desktop. As with all quality Android apps, you go to the Google Play Store, and that's where we're going to download the wallet. If you're not sure which one it is, just go to wallet.flow.com, and it will bring you to the various options for whichever operating system that you have. So this is Android. Open this up once it's downloaded, and we're going to create a new wallet. And of course, terms and services, privacy policy, all that stuff, we read that. We're going to accept. Get creative. We're going to put a username in here. And of course, you can change this at any time. I'm going to go with Nifty Business. Why not? And now we're just going to speed this up as it is creating in about a minute. And boom, here we go. Good to go. Brand new wallet, no funds in there other than that little touch of flow that starts off in the brand new wallet. But even before I add any funds, we'll get to that in a second, shows where my priorities are. Before I add any funds, before I back up this wallet, I am concerned about the appearance, and I have to switch this to dark mode. Ah, yes, so much better already. I can just feel it. Dark mode for the win. So now we can secure this. We're going to back up this wallet. So as you can see, automatically, it has a tag for this device, lets you know that this is the device that I set this up with, and it has a device backup, meaning that a lot of this information is stored specifically, uniquely on the device. Now, the team recommends that you use the multi-backup. What this actually does is it breaks up all of the secure elements that gives you access to this wallet. New technology has come out that makes it much more beginner friendly. And the reason why you might hear a lot of people saying that this is the most beginner friendly, the recommended way to do things is because, including myself, there's a lot of people that I try to bring into crypto that has either lost their seed phrase or they are so afraid of losing it that they just don't interact with it and they don't get into the ecosystem. So creating a multi-backup and tagging this information with your specific device gives new users the comfort and flexibility of being able to get into this ecosystem. Now, if you're a crypto veteran, I don't have to really explain what all of this stuff is, how it works, because you already know and you're going to make your own choices. But for brand new people coming into the ecosystem, the recommended one by the Flow team is using that multi-backup. And as time goes on, you go deeper and deeper into the ecosystem, you put a lot of assets on chain, you'll start to figure out what works best for you. In layman's terms, this explains how everything is being secured. This is a self-custodial wallet. Self-custodial simply means that this isn't on some sort of server where you log in like your centralized exchange or your bank account. This is something that is on the blockchain, but the security side of things is really between you, your device, and how you're protecting all of this information. But they make it very simple behind the scenes. Now, on Android devices, you have the option to use your Google Drive and a recovery phrase. Recovery phrases are 12 to 24 different words that are randomly generated, and they're used to generate these private keys that secures everything. So without getting too complicated, just think of it, the odds of hitting the Powerball and getting struck by lightning, 12 times in your lifetime, that's basically what it is like using these words to generate these keys. It's encrypted and split up and all sorts of technical stuff that's happening behind the scenes. Crypto veterans know and understand this stuff. However, if you're brand new, just know that it is way more secure than your email. It is way more secure than your cell phone texting or social media account. However, I'll spare you all of the details. You can research that by clicking Learn More. In order to do this, you're going to have to create a PIN, just another layer of security on the device. Now I'm going to hop over to my iPhone to show you how similar this experience is over there. However, there is also the addition of backing up to the iCloud. So in addition to Google Drive on the iPhone, you can also do iCloud. But for simplicity and just for speed of this video, I'm just going to do the iCloud in addition to the recovery phrase backup. The Flow wallet makes this pretty foolproof. There are multiple times when you're setting this up that it's going to ask you for a PIN. You're going to set it up, you're going to confirm it, and then you're going to have to re-enter it over and over to make sure that you do have it correct. As you can see, it's going to ask you to re-enter or verify the PIN to create this backup. And once again, it's going to ask you to verify the PIN for the next step. And after this, you're going to go to the recovery phrase backup. Read all this information. It's really explaining how you are securing your account with these 12 to 24 words. And of course, verify the PIN code again. Once again, it's going to ask you for the PIN before it reveals the 12 to 24 words that's going to be used as the recovery phrase. In the olden days, well, just a few years ago, the only way to secure crypto wallets was by having this. And with this particular wallet that I'm setting up right now, I was given 15 randomly generated words in a specific order that I'm going to use to be able to get back into this. If for some reason I get locked out, I lose my devices, whatever it might be, I can recover it using this, plus all the other things that I have set up. And this is a good time to tell complete newbies that there is no scenario in which Flow or any person is ever going to ask you for this information. There is no email that's ever going to be sent to you to say that your account's in jeopardy, you need to give this information out or anything. No, anything like that, if you ever get, it is false. Well, first of all, they don't even have your email address. If for some reason you end up seeing this in your Gmail, your iCloud, your Yahoo, AOL, Hotmail, whatever you're using, it is definitely fraud. Flow, the FBI, whoever will never contact you asking you for any of this. This is your information. You'll never, ever, 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 ever be asked to share any of this with anyone. Now, the thing with a multi-backup, what makes it very beginner friendly is that there are multiple points of redundancy, right? There is not one point of failure that depends on everything being lost. So as you can see here, my iPhone, my Galaxy, my backup with the recovery phrase, the iCloud, all of these different things are multiple points that are sharing parts of this information. It's going to be encrypted, spread out across all of those different backup points. So when it comes to getting back into this account, for example, if I lose the iPhone, there's other points of recovery. If I lose my Galaxy, there's other points of recovery. Let's say I no longer have access to my iCloud. Well, when I add my Google Drive in there could be another point of recovery. So multi-backup means that there's multiple ways in which the information can be reassembled, as opposed to the old school way of doing it, writing down 12 to 24 words on a piece of paper, etching it into a piece of iron, using dog tags, tattooing it, whatever you might have done in the past. Well, this way of doing it is for the uninitiated, much more user-friendly, and that is why it is recommended by the team, but also even people such as myself who has made content about securing your seed phrase. Sometimes we have to wave the white flag and say for adoption, for people to come into the system. This makes it less intimidating and more inviting. It's basically the same process, no matter if you're using iOS, Android, or desktop. So we're going to go up to here. We're going to buy crypto, and we're going to use MoonPay for this one. I find it very simple, but feel free to use whichever one you prefer. MoonPay is available in, I think, 160 different countries, so it is pretty popular around the world. And depending how much you're bringing into this, there's going to be economies of scale. The more funds you bring in, the cheaper it's going to be on a percent basis. So for educational purposes, I'm going to do the bare minimum. At the current moment, it is $20. And this is the exchange of how much flow I'm going to get. You're going to see everything change there. $20 is going to get me 18.45 flow at the point of recording this. But again, the greater amount that you do put in, you're going to get a better rate. You're going to get more flow per dollar. Continue and go. Now, we're going to put in our email or any kind of information that MoonPay asks for when you're setting this up. You're setting up the payment processing. This is required by them, not by Flow or the Flow wallet. You're doing all of this with them. So whatever it says on the screen, your email, any kind of verifications that you're going to have to go through, this is not Flow. This is MoonPay or Coinbase, whichever one that you're using, any centralized exchange that you're going to use or any payment processing going from debit to crypto, you're going to have to go through this in one way or another. This is just the payment processor and all the laws and regulations that they have to do in order to be the on-ramp from your debit card into the Flow wallet with crypto. But the good thing is, once you have these accounts set up, you can use this anywhere. Now, in this section, you're given the option if you want to come from PayPal or if you want to use a debit card. The cool thing about PayPal, they added in a whole bunch of different features as far as crypto on and off ramping. However, for the sake of this, we're going to use a debit card because that's the most flexible one and it's available in more locations around the world. So depending where you're located, there might be different things that they're going to ask for, and you just go through, fill out the form, and I'm going to speed through all of this. This part can be a little tedious, but the good thing is you only have to do it once. So within a few seconds, I was verified. It actually took about 20 seconds. Now, once you get to this page right here, you'll see your debit card information, the wallet address in which you are sending to, how much flow you're getting, how much you're paying. You click and accept all the terms, assuming that you read that, of course. Then on this screen, there's a whole bunch of safety things saying that be wary of scams and don't follow any prompts from any random people, etc., etc. Read all that. Depending on your bank, you'll probably have to do some sort of verification for a crypto purchase with debit card. And with mine, I just have to put in this code that was texted to me, and that's pretty simple. So as you can see, this order was submitted at 11:49 p.m. Everything was verified, and now it's processing, speeding this up because there's really no reason to have this in real time. But 11:51 is when it went through. So 3 minutes from start to finish. Pretty good. If you're brand new to crypto, this is a good time to tell you all transactions are verified. So you can click this block explorer right here. It just loads up and you can see all of the details, if you will, for this particular transaction and any transaction that you make. And this is Flow's block explorer. But I'm not going to go too deep into this, but just letting you know for future reference, every transaction that you do within the Flow ecosystem, like any other public blockchain, is very transparent and you can track everything down. So now let's go take a look over in the wallet to see the balance update from $0 to $15. And again, the greater amount that you do, the better rates you're going to get. You're going to get more flow in your wallet. So going for a higher amount would be better. You can see a liquid stake flow, go into that at a later date, and also your USDC stablecoin. It's all in there. The balances are visible. 0 right now, but once we start getting into the ecosystem, doing swaps, doing all sorts of interesting things, you'll see where those balances change and you can always check it right there. So everything is right here, very visible and easy to use. And this is really a user-friendly wallet, even though it has all the bells and whistles and features that the crypto veterans and all the people that really go down in the trenches will love. This is something that you can get into from the beginning. So now I'm going to show you how simple and easy it is using the Flow wallet to move from the native Flow side, the Cadence side, over to the EVM side. And I highly recommend doing this over using MetaMask because it is so much easier. Just go over here where it says move and you click move and you'll have the option to go over. As you can see, the top wallet, the shorter one, is the native Flow, the Cadence side, and then the EVM side, which would be replacing the MetaMask. I'm going to move over 100 and I'm going to do this in real time. I'm not going to speed this up at all so you can see how quick it is in comparison to MetaMask, and not to mention all the savings that you do get. You don't have to pay the bridge fees, all the complications of going to multiple sites and so forth. Everything is here native. So there you go. It is submitted. It is pending. This is going real time right now. And those of you that are Ethereum maxis or someone who's just first time exploring outside of the MetaMask ecosystem, if you will, you might be tempted to use MetaMask. I'm not knocking it. I use MetaMask and other things, but when it comes to Flow, highly recommend just using the Flow wallet because, as I said, I'm doing this in real time. I'm speaking through this right now because I just want to show you how quick it actually goes through. And I don't want to, boom, there we go. It's already done. Before I even finished my sentence, it went through. Everything is confirmed. No bridges, no complications and all this. And you can see I've been messing around with this, doing all sorts of things. But yes, 100 Flow just bridges over. And look at that. So I'm going to go back over to the EVM side so that you can actually see that the 100 moved over. Before, of course, I had Avo, Pump, and just 9 Flow over here. I should have showed you that before, but now you can see that additional 100 that was moved over just now. It was just bridged in. The wallet handles all of the tech and all the crazy stuff in the background. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out, oh, how do I bridge this in? What do I need to connect to? All this stuff. No, Flow works it out all for you. As you can see right here, 502 is now the balance because the 100 moved over to the EVM. If you're tempted to use MetaMask, I say don't. It is so much better. Just use the native Flow side. You're going to save yourself time, less headache. You don't have to learn all of those bridges, adding blockchains and networks and all those things. Just simply use the Flow wallet. You can just dive right in, start dealing with all the cool stuff and not wrestling with all the tech. The wallet handles everything behind the scenes. And that's a cool thing about this. It's seamless and I think way more user-friendly, especially if you are brand new to crypto. You're coming in from your debit card and whatever it might be. Even if you're someone who's been in this game for a long time, just doing this is so much easier than connecting all those bridges and jumping through all the hoops. So we are back over in the iOS wallet and we're going to dive into some of these dApps and just have some fun. So there are a lot of dApps in here. However, we're going to dive into 2 of them for this video. And these are similar to ones that are in other ecosystems, including Ethereum and Solana. Let's take a look at Pump.flow. Might sound familiar. It is similar to Pump.fun from the Solana ecosystem. So the general concept of this is you get these meme coins early before it hits the market that 100% and goes out into the dexes. You have the opportunity to jump in early. So we're going to just browse around here, scroll, see if anything catches our eyes. Breaking Chad, that's pretty cool. It's a spin on Breaking Bad, the show. I've actually never seen the show, but I'm familiar with the pop culture reference there. So just scrolling around, of course, dogs, that is the thing everywhere we go within crypto. Oh, wow, wacko. I remember that from Animaniacs when I was a kid. So there's a little bit of everything here. Yes, so as you can see, this is just a fun environment, and I'm just going to pick one. Probably that Breaking Chad that kind of resonated with me. I don't know. It just said something. So we're going to check that out. So it is still early, 109 flow. Why not? That is very early. I'll throw a couple flow at that. Let's see where it goes. Let's just have some fun with this one. And let's just scroll down, see a little bit of information as to what's going on. It's fairly new. This is the bonding curve. So that kind of explains all the technicals of it. Down here, just you could see the biggest holders and so forth. But let's just go back up and we're going to dive into this one. So clearly, this is not a well thought out, researched investment. I'm just having some fun with it. Throw 10 flow at it. We'll see where that goes. You know what? Let's up it to 15. I get 5.5, call it 5.6 million meth. Why not? I'm a baller, right? So let's have some fun. And it's going to ask us to confirm. You're going to have to put your PIN in, but this is in real time right now. I'm not speeding it up. So you actually see how fast it goes. And there you go, just asking for the PIN. It's verified. And the final steps are coming up right here. That's one of the cool things about this is it's pretty intentional, right? Even though it is a fast chain, you have to put your PIN in, transaction succeeded. You have to put your PIN in, so it's not like you can accidentally do things. So as you can see, it was updated, the numbers. So I am in right now. Hopefully this goes somewhere. So that'd be pretty cool. So now I'm just going to go back to the DApp and I'm going to go to PunchSwap. Now, this might sound like Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap. Every chain, every ecosystem needs a swap, a decentralized way to swap from one token to the other. And that's exactly what this is. So here's another strategy. Rather than diving into a whole bunch of meme coins, why not just go for the pump token altogether? I have 94 flow left in this right now, so why not just buy some pump token with it? I can easily swap out. So let's just see how much of this I want. I already have over 300,000, so it's 350 some odd thousand. So let's just add to that. Let's just 50% of this. Puts another 145,000 on there. Yeah, that's where we'll go. Of course, put the pin back in. Be intentional about it. Although I'm having fun doing random things without doing deep technical analysis or anything of that nature. And there you go. Hey, party. There we go. Look at that. Right? So as you can see, that went through fairly quickly. That was in real time. And now I'm just going to go back and I'll show you what's going on in the wallet. There's so many different things. There's so many dApps. And here is the balance. And I don't know why that bothers me, but I really should round that off to a nice 500,000, but whatever. For now, I'm going to spare you that. Just looking at this, this is what went through and we can explore all this cool stuff that's in here. There's a lot, but this video has gone long enough as it is. So right within the wallet, there are so many dApps to feature and explore. We will be diving into a lot more of these, but I highly encourage that you just get the wallet, start exploring yourself, and I'm pretty sure whatever you're looking for from another ecosystem and more, you'll find it in here. If it is not featured in the main app, there is someone out there building something within the ecosystem that is perfect for whatever it is that you're trying to do. But the only way you're going to find out what's going on is to start exploring. So hopefully you enjoyed this, you learned a thing or two, and most importantly, had some fun.